Hey friends, as people start getting on here, I was going to share a little antidote. This morning I was getting the kids ready, and on Instagram and on YouTube I always see these people do like get ready with me and my kids in the morning to go off to school. And in YouTube always like tells me, oh, people want to see this, people want vlog content, people want to see like day in the life. And I'm like, the mornings getting my kids together are an absolute shit show that like no one wants to see that. It's like chaos. It's like all those ADHD videos that you see that it's like, you know, is this you? That's like all of us in our family. So we're all in like paralysis and then get moving really quick. Oh my God, we're late. And then, so it's chaotic. Sometimes I'm like, and also we live in San Diego, so we don't live in one of those like big, beautiful mansions that are like in the middle of nowhere. We're in this like tight little house. Anyways, I thought that was funny this morning. Figured I would tell you that, but also who knows, maybe that would be good content. Anyways, good morning. Hope everyone's doing well. Here in Southern California, we're having crazy winds again. Hopefully this is the last one, but my daughter's school was evacuated yesterday because of a fire right behind it on the hill. Luckily they were able to contain it. The firefighters have been working like nonstop around here, all over Southern California, and it's been really scary. Actually, my husband right now is packing stuff into our, call just came in and I forget I need to do that. Anyways, my husband's packing stuff into our car right now just in case we have to evacuate because the winds are so crazy today. So probably the worst they've been. So hopefully no fire spark. And anyways, so, but is anyone here taking your exams? I am going to be I've been getting a ton of messages with questions about the ARE and specifically Mind Over ARE because our enrollment is open right now for our next cohort. So enrollment closes tomorrow. So before that happens, I figured let me come on here and answer some of your questions, especially because they tend to be similar. Like people come in, have similar questions. So I thought, why not do this? Is anyone currently studying for their exams or trying to become a licensed architect? This is very exciting. How's everyone doing this morning? What day is it? Thursday? I feel like 2025, I don't know about you, but I tend to not be like blame a year for anything, but for some reason, the last couple weeks have been a little bit insane. Nice, a design studio, where are you located? A kindergarten project? Is that, you mean that's like the type of projects you work on? Awesome. Anyone studying for their ARE in here? And if so, let me know what exam you're taking. And then I'm going to start in on some of these questions that I posted up a Q&A today, maybe? And I already got a bunch, but one of the I'm not going to go in any particular order. I'm just kind of going to dive into it because I didn't organize it. So one of the first questions I got was, is Mind Over ARE a PDF downloadable study program or an online video course? This is a great question because there can be confusion over how Mind Over ARE is delivered. So Mind Over ARE is our 8-week program that helps you pass your exams and become a licensed architect. And it isn't just like an online course where you passively watch videos and take notes. It's also not just a study group. It is a combination of both. And also it's not the content inside the online program isn't just like what you would find in a typical study prep program. So like, for example, we're not just going to have videos on retaining walls. The videos inside the program are actually more about the strategy. So Mind Over ARE is actually ideal for people who have failed an exam before, they've taken an exam before, maybe they're even on their last exam, or maybe they've been trying to pass their exams for a year or more. That's really who it's perfect for. It's also great for people who are just getting started, but that's really ideally who it's for, because we go into a lot more strategy and figuring out how the best way to study is, how to optimize your studying. And then we have the study groups with Shika. If anyone was in our session last night, I see Rana's here, she's in our session. Shika goes through practice questions, but also how to analyze questions. So it's great because if you go online and you take like a practice quiz or even a practice exam, you'll get the answers and you'll probably get a little description. But sometimes you either A, are almost relying on memorization because, you've taken an exam so many times that now you like just know that's the answer. Or B, you almost, Jimenez was there too. You almost remember the answers, not for the reasons you're supposed to know it. Does that make any sense? Sometimes I'm not the best with explaining things, but these exams are not for memorization. You have to really have a deep understanding. So even last night, like you guys saw, everyone got the answer right on some of them. And then Shika was like, okay, but why? Or what, can you explain this? And often it's like, ooh, like explaining that's actually a little bit harder. So when we're taking practice exams, sometimes it is easy to get the right, not easy, but sometimes you can get the right answer without really calling yourself out for why or what about that is the right answer. And that's what's so helpful, because when you go into the exams, they're not just pulling from a question bank that you've studied. So you're able to analyze the questions a little bit more. So Mind Over ARE will help you with that strategy. Also, last night we got questions like, how do I handle the case studies? Or how do I study for the case studies? Or how I run into time issues. So I need help figuring out how I can better manage my time actually during the exam. Those are all parts of Mind Over ARE that we help with. So it's not just throwing more content at you, it's actually strategy so you know how to handle that content and produce it during the exam, be able to tap into it during the exam, be able to retain it, be able to stay calm under the pressure of the exam, and so that you can actually pass the exam. So that's really, when it's a PDF or a downloadable thing, that's where it's so much more comprehensive. Now we also have some really awesome bonuses for Mind Over ARE. One of those is the ABC Club. Is anyone in here an ABC Club member? When you sign up for Mind Over ARE, you get 2 free months inside the club plus a lifetime super awesome discount. And that's going to be more of like your content information. So sometimes people join the study or these online these online test prep programs, and they are getting the content. They're getting, what does a acoustic barrier look like? Or how can I increase the acoustics of this? Or where does how to better create thermal, or where's the thermal break? What is a thermal break? What do you do with a thermal break? All those things. How do you better detail? Where on a site should you locate this property if you're in a certain area? All those types of things. That is more on the ABC Club. Awesome. Just started the ABC Club. So that, because of course that is important, that's a bonus inside ABC or Mind Over ARE. The other really awesome bonus that we have is the Ultimate Study Plan. And this is what is going to tell you really what to study, what to focus on, when to do it, but also how to really curate your study plan so it makes sense. So these are bonuses to Mind Over ARE because they're all interconnected, right? But ABC Club's one piece of it. Ultimate Study Plan's one piece of it. But when you put it all together, you have more of a holistic approach, and they all help build it up so that you can pass these exams, you can stay consistent, and you also don't burn out. So one of the questions, actually it's down here, but was about that Ultimate Study Plan is, does Mind Over ARE have more content than the ultimate study plan, and what's the difference. So that hopefully kind of explains that a little bit. But yes, Mind Over ARE is very different than ultimate. It's, again, ultimate study plans, like one piece of the puzzle. You have the table, and you have one of the legs is the ABC Club. One of the legs is ultimate study plan, and like 2 legs in the table is Mind Over ARE. I have no idea. I just made that up. But so it is part of it, but it's also helps support it. So when I first started Mind Over ARE, that was the core. And as we're going on 4 years, so we're about to start our 3rd year. We're about to have our 3rd year anniversary for Mind Over ARE. When I first started that, it was this core program. It didn't even have the study groups, and people were getting incredible results from it. And the awesome thing about it is lifetime access. So as people were coming back to me and giving me feedback and like, hey, I'd really benefit from this, or hey, do you have like a broken out study plan for all of your resources? And I was like, oh, that'd be great. I'll create the ultimate study plan. Here you go. Oh, I would really love to like go over some more practice questions and stuff. Okay, cool. Let's start study groups. Let's add that in. Here you go. So that is how Mind Over ARE started, and how all these other programs have been developed based on feedback, based on our MOA members, and we build that up and give that to them. And that is why the lifetime membership is so important for me, because I don't want you to feel like you have to pass these exams in 8 weeks, right? The goal is not to rush through it and pass them within this 8-week program. The goal is this 8-week program is going to set you up with that super strong foundation and get you solid so that you can stay consistent and you can pass. The average time it takes to pass these exams is 2-point-something years. I think it used to be 2.1, and it ranges from like 2.1 to 2.3 years. So if you're taking 2 years to pass these exams, that's okay. You're not behind. So what we are trying to do here, set you up for success so that you can stay consistent. And I would say likely you could do it in a year. So with the right tools, you can stay consistent. With that right strategy, the accountability, that team, that support, that's what's really going to help you get going. The average pass rate for these exams is 50% plus or minus. So you're going to experience some fails. So what we really do inside Mind Over ARE is help teach you how to handle those fails. What are you going to do when that fail happens? How are you going to handle that? Because to be honest, a lot of us who are becoming licensed architects haven't experienced a lot of failure typically, right? I was not an A student. I had like a 3.1 in high school. College, I cared about the studio classes, but not much else. So like, you don't have to be a perfect student to pass these exams, but with the right strategy and with the right determination and the plan, so that when the fails happen or when the setbacks happen, you know what to do. That's how you get done. Okay. So that is really what Mind Over ARE is about. And one of the questions I had too was, I feel like I've done it all at this point. How's Mind Over ARE going to help me? And hopefully that all explains that too. That it is so much more than a program, and it's so much more than the content. And if you are someone who has taken an exam multiple times, you know it's not just the content, because you probably know the content. And you might have even taken the same exam, like within a division multiple times. And so we're going to help you not only be able to break through that, but also be able to analyze your situation to figure out what is going wrong. Because often there's some invisible barrier that you're not even able to see. So that's why we have our coaching sessions. That's why we have our weekly study groups, so that we can hopefully have that conversation with you and say, hey, have you ever tried this? Or, hey, did you notice you're doing this? And maybe that's like the one little thing that can tip the scales and get you to start passing. We have had people who come in who have had over 12 fails on a single exam and then start passing. So it is totally possible. And I would also say, if you're ever someone who has said, maybe I'm not meant to do this because I failed, first, I get it because I was there too. And second, you're totally meant to do it. If you want to become a licensed architect, it already is meant for you and it already is done. And so we're going to help you get there and get those strategies to do it. All right. If you do have any specific questions about Mind Over ARE, throw them in the chat. I have quite a few that some of you have already put in the thing. So I'm going to be going through that. But as I'm talking, feel free to put them in there too. All right. How's everyone doing today? Let's see. What else? Oh my gosh. You probably can't hear the wind, but it is, I have a flag right out there and it is whipping hard. Not fun. It's actually beautiful. I was sitting out in the sun and it's a gorgeous day, 70 degrees. The wind isn't warm, but with the fires, it's just really scary. Okay. This person did reach out and say that they already have the ultimate study plan. And if there's any sort of bonus or discount or anything for Mind Over ARE. And yes, we definitely do. If you are an ultimate study plan member, you can apply your purchase towards Mind Over ARE. So if you haven't received an email about that, send us an email and we'll help you out to make sure that you get that. Okay, are the meetings a mix of test content and strategy? I have a really hard time understanding the questions and the answers. A lot of times they seem really arbitrary. Yes. So if anyone joined our session last night, if you had registered for our 2-day event that we just had, I sent out the replay. So if you weren't able to join us live, you can catch that replay. You'll see how we go into the questions and answers to better analyze them. The biggest thing we have multiple people in Mind Over ARE who have been practicing for 30 years. We have one who was a licensed architect for 30 years. His license ended up lapsing and now he's back taking the ARE and has failed exams. So it's not about competency. You can be a great architect, a great designer, and still not pass these exams. And sometimes it's those situations that are the toughest because you have so much experience and knowledge. So then when we get in this NCARB world and we're supposed to answer questions that they want us to answer, it can be very conflicting. Our brain is like, no, that's wrong. And NCARB's like, yes, that's right. And so Shika does an incredible job at helping you separate NCARB world from real world. And I know that can be so frustrating. And I know that we can start lashing out and blaming NCARB. This is not right. This is not how they're just out for the money. But it doesn't serve you because that won't help you pass. What will help you pass is accepting it as what it is. Maybe create change in the future for however you want to create change, but accepting it for what it is and learning how to beat the system, right? Learning how to see NCARB for what it is and understand the questions for what they are and then learn how to answer them. So Shika does an incredible job with that during study sessions. So one, that is a big part of content, but it's also about that strategy. Also, Shika is a second language English. So if you are a ESL student, our study sessions can be really helpful for some of the nuances in how NCARB asks their questions. It's a reading comprehension exam, and that is going to help you get those passes by understanding that. Oh, did I lose my audio? I hope not. Hold on. Did my audio come back? Hopefully. It just connected to a different source. Can you hear me all right? Give me a thumbs up or something if you can hear me. I'm just going to assume you can hear me. Yeah, okay. Okay, so reading comprehension. So when you can understand that, the reading comprehension side of it and better how to read the question and comprehend what the answer is, that's the other thing. Sometimes the right answer, you're going to look at it. This happened last night. You're going to look at it and it's like, that's the stupidest answer I've ever heard. But sometimes it isn't a good answer, but it is the best answer for the 4 or whatever multiple choice that it is. So with all that said, yeah, a lot of these exams can be frustrating because you're fighting with yourself of like, that's stupid. I know how to design better than that. I wouldn't ever design that, or I wouldn't do it that way. So it's this like battle with yourself of like, you know, and then you're thinking of all these different ideas. Okay, well, like last night we were talking about pervious pavers, and it's like, well, what about culverts? What about retention basins? Like that would have been a better idea. But the question never asked anything about that. That was nowhere in the answers. So while we know at great architects, that's awesome. That'll serve you well in the future. That will serve you well in practice. But we have to look at a question and an answer, see it for what it is, not assume elsewhere, and then be able to answer it. So yes, hopefully that helps answer that question. A lot of it is, yes, test content, but also a lot of it is strategy. Okay, I haven't taken an exam yet, and I'm interested in the bonuses. Will they help me? For sure. We have incredible bonuses. We've got the Ultimate Study Plan. Like I said, we have the ABC Club. We also have these other bonuses that are nowhere else. So the ABC Club and Ultimate Study Plan, you can go on our website right now and purchase. The Ultimate Study Plan is $297. The ABC Club is $57 a month. You can go get those right now. But when you join Mind Over ARE, you get 2 months free of the ABC Club. Plus, I think you get like a 60% lifetime discount. Something like 60%. And you also get the Ultimate Study Plan for free. So that's like $500 of free stuff. If you just want those things, for sure, you can go on the website and get them now. But we also have a couple bonuses that are not on our website. So we have the Parent Masterclass. This is great if you are a parent and you're trying to navigate passing these exams while also navigating family, kids, all that. So I created this because I was a parent when I was taking my exams. I took my very first exam when my daughter was 10 months, and I passed my very last exam, ARE, when my daughter was 2 years, 10 months. And that took a lot of navigating. At the same time, I was building my business, so I had clients and work and whatnot. So there's a little bit of a different road. And I have people reach out all the time saying, I really want to get my license, but I'm a parent. And I get it because I was there, and it is possible to still get your license as being a parent. So this Parent Masterclass, this is a handbook. This is going to give you a bunch of tips so that you can manage it without losing your sanity. We also have a financial masterclass. This is going to have some videos and like a ebook type thing. This is going to help you how to save money while you're taking your exams, how to make money while you're taking exams, how to negotiate even, how to get your exams paid for, all sorts of stuff. So this is a bonus to hopefully help you find alternative ways to make this process a little bit easier financially. Let's see, what other bonuses do we have? We also have the time hacking playbook. This is an awesome playbook for anyone who has ever said, I just don't have enough time. I know we've all been there. So this is the time hacking playbook to give you more time, give you back that time, to figure out how to optimize your time so that you can pass these exams without feeling like you have to say no to your best friend's wedding or not celebrate your birthday. These are things that real people have said to me that they have missed out on because they were studying for your exams. You don't need to do that. So this is helpful to break that down and give you a little bit more detail. Let's see. Can I join the 8 weekly modules and live Q&A later when I'm ready? So the Mind Over ARE is lifetime access. What is 8 weeks? So I say it's an 8-week program because the 8 weeks is the live study sessions. So if you're not able to join live, you do get the recording. So say you want to get started now, but you want to start with the live sessions a little bit later. You can start with the live sessions within that frame. but you will also get the recordings. So if you can't join us live, that's okay. You'll have lifetime access to the recordings, so you'll be all good. I will say the majority of our members get the best results when they join us live, because that's where a lot of the magic happens. We have those study sessions, but then we also have coaching sessions with me. And when the people are on the coaching sessions, I can say, hey, when's your next exam? Hey, what are you working with? How are you feeling about that exam? And that's when things can come up, and that's where the magic happens. So ideally you can join live. If you can't, it's not the end of the world. You can still get access to that. We also have the community. So if you're missing a session, we have the community. Sheikah likes questions to come in Saturday before the session. And if there's something specific you're studying for that week or specific that you're struggling with, you can put it in there so that it can be addressed during the session. So if you do end up missing the session, you still have that to be able to be addressed. If any questions come up while you're on here and I haven't addressed it yet, feel free to throw it in there. I have a couple questions left. Let's see. Can I access the content while I'm still planning my studies? So yeah, like that kind of piggybacks on the back one. Yes, you can access it. I would say the best time to join the program is when you are approved by NCARB to take your first exam and you are ready to schedule that first exam or your next exam within 8 weeks. And that's okay if you haven't even picked up a book yet and you're like, oh, I haven't even, like, yes, I'm ready to take or I'm approved to take the exam, but I don't think I'm ready at all yet. The idea of scheduling it sounds terrifying. That's okay. But if you are approved for it and you want to pass your exams, then you're ready for it and be prepared. We're going to encourage you to schedule that first exam, and we're going to help prep you to get there so that you are ready and you can pass it. But that is where I'd say. So if you're just at the point where like you haven't even reached out to NCARB yet, you're not even approved for your first exam, you don't even know what the different 6 divisions are, it's okay if you don't know what exam you want to take. But like you're still just like it's maybe like a 5-year thing out, then I would say it's not for you quite yet, but we'll be here when you're ready. So if you're approved and you're ready to take it, then yes. All right, let's see. I've been trying to finish PPD, PDD for over 2 years. How can MOA help? So I would say I've had a couple people who had like 1 or 2 exams left and was like, well, I have been trying to pass this one for a little while, but I only have 1 exam left. That Mind Over ARE was literally designed for that person. So it is perfect for you. It is what will get you over that hump and you can be totally done. So even if you have 1 or 2 exams left, it is perfect. It's going to give you the strategy. It's going to help you set you up for success. Especially if you have failed that one, even just once, it's going to be able to see what we can tweak or what we can help in your routine and join the study sessions so that you can get in there and you can pass it. So Mind Over ARE, it's designed specifically to simplify but also streamline the process and to focus on what is important, right? Or so what is needed to pass that last exam. And I know with 6 exams, you can be like, yeah, but it's just 1 exam. But just what if it was just 1 exam that we had to take? Like the bar exam, it's just 1 exam. You would still want to take a program that's going to help you pass it easier and faster. So it's totally for you. And so the sessions are broken up into pro practice and technical, and we have such an epic technical group and people who have taken the exams before, people who are also studying for the exams. And so everyone is so great at supporting and helping each other too. So if there's a specific topic within that has prevented you from passing, then the community and the accountability can be really helpful for that. The other thing, when you have 1 exam or 2 exams left and you failed it multiple times, or again, even just once, there's a lot of pressure sitting on that 1 exam. So much pressure and emotion and feelings of going in and taking that, because that could be the difference of being done and being an architect or having to take it again. And so that in itself, there are tools and strategies that we give you to help relieve that pressure a little bit, to not make it so intense. Let's see. Does ABC offer exam practice like the one NCARB has? Yeah, so ABC has practice exams and practice quizzes and pop quizzes. So there's longer exams, like maybe 50-ish questions. But the thing that helped me a lot when I was taking my exams, because I have a hard time sitting down and focusing on one big exam, is little pop quizzes. So I would say, okay, I feel burned out. I don't want to study today, but I'm going to take 15 minutes and I'm going to do this 5-question or 10-question quiz. So it's broken out to be a little bit more manageable. So ABC does have that. And then I think I saw, I have 2 exam retakes left. PPD, PDD. Is mind over ARE considered a good dollar value by users? Try not to answer as a as a consumer, not the creator of it. I mean, what I'll do too is I will post some of the things that people have said, so you're hearing it from them and not me. But yes, it is a great dollar value, because if you can pass faster without having to retake them, then you're saving money, right? So it is an incredible value. Also having the support in the community. So if there's specific questions, you have that accountability. And I'm going to be perfectly honest. Growing up, I was more of like, I'll do it solo. I'm not going to talk to anyone. I'm going to figure it all out on my own. Once I started joining communities and accountability groups, I realized how much faster I could have been doing things in the long run, and how I was doing it, and I was figuring it out, and I was getting it done, but it was also so much slower and less efficient because there were actually better ways, because people have done it before me. So there's no need to reinvent the wheel. So for that reason as well, for that efficiency, it is incredibly value. If you have an entire group of people who have passed that exam that you have taken, that you can use as a sounding board, or you can say, hey, I've been reading this part of this book, and they're like, no, don't waste your time on that. Hell yeah, that's incredible. That is completely worth it. And also, so that you're not just hearing it from my mouth, I will post some things that people have said as well. I'm planning on starting with CE. I picked the foreign path, waiting for NCARB to approve my transcripts, still trying to figure out a schedule to study and continue working. Yeah, so I would say like 99% of the people who are in, maybe even 100, are in Mind Over ARE are also working. Even Shika has a full-time job and she coaches with us. So that is something that we talk to you about, we help you with. Also, you can chat with other people too, like, hey, what's your routine? Because we have one of our members who is an avid runner, and she it's for her health, her mental health, everything. And so she wakes up at like 5 a.m. every single morning to run. So she has said, like, I have to get to bed at a decent time because I have an early morning run. And I have an early morning run, so I'm not going to wake up earlier than that to study. And so her situation, we've chatted and like, okay, let's curate a plan so that you can do this and not sacrifice it, and you can get in proper studying. The other thing is figuring out that schedule. So I have a screenshot somewhere of my schedule when I was first studying, because I was starting my business, I had my baby, and I was at home with her, and she had daycare like 1 hour twice a week. And my schedule looked so insane, but it worked for me. It was time blocked like crazy. I ended up working or studying weird hours. I also had to work and build my business, so I was having that in there. So everyone's schedule is going to look different. So inside MOA, what we do is we give you all these like templates and then explanations basically, and help you be able to figure it out by asking you a series of questions and whatnot, so that you have that study schedule, and then you see if it works. You morph it if you need to, or you update it or change it. And no schedule is going to be fixed or hard in stone, because you see what works and what doesn't. And also things just change. Like when I had my kid, her naps time changed, or then she ended up being in school. So that is why I would never just post, hey, this is the exact schedule that you should use for the exams, and do exactly this and then you'll pass. Because even my schedule right now is totally different. Okay. Cool. I think that was the questions in there. After 8 weeks, will I still have access to all the program features? So the answer is yes, and kind of. So it's lifetime access to the full program. So all the modules, all the like dashboard, all the online stuff, the ultimate study plan, all of that, the study session recordings, the alumni community. So our community, the only thing that is that 8 weeks is the live study sessions. So there's an option, which a lot of members end up taking our lifetime option and just joining us forever, because they love Shika, let's be honest. She's the best. So that is really the option. So right now, if you join the VIP version, you already get access to that. So there's no 8 weeks. You just get lifetime access to everything. If you join the regular, then it is $9.97, and it's that 8 weeks just for the live sessions. And then if you decide after the 8 weeks, you're like, okay, this is awesome, I want to keep going, which again, like majority of our members do, then you have that option. Or say you're like, hey, that was awesome, I'm going to go take my exam, and then in 2 weeks or 6 months, I want to come back to those live sessions. That's totally fine too. So we have someone who, for family reasons, took a break from the exams after taking the program, going in, passing, but then life happened, took about a year off, and then is now coming back to our study session. And you don't have to repurchase Mind Over ARE in order to do that. Our alumni, it's our community, it's our people. So you just message me and we make that happen. This was another one about, I have the technical exams left and failed a few. Is MOA right for me? I answered that. Hopefully that helped with all that. We have helped so many people pass with that way. Okay, when does it start and what are the meeting times? So we're starting Tuesday, the 28th, which is just this next Tuesday, couple days. But this first week is a welcome week. So technically it's like -1 of the 8 weeks. So you still have a full 8 weeks. It's not taken out of your 8 weeks. So that first week's a welcome week to make sure so there's a lot of information, and it's not to overwhelm you, but there's a lot of information when you first get into Mind Over ARE. So the welcome week is like orientation, making sure you just get the lay of the land, you join the community, you start hanging out, you get to know people, you start seeing where everything is, you're downloading your weekly success path, you're downloading your task list, you're getting organized. And then on Tuesday, so this is the 28th, we'll have a welcome call where I answer all your questions. We also meet, so everyone's going to get a chance to introduce themselves, and we make sure, that's why we keep it at a smaller group, is because we really want to make sure that we know you. You're not just hiding in the background. Like, this is so that we can know you and get to help you specifically. So that's going to be that first week. Then then after that, we're going to be starting on, you'll get your the modules will open up, and you will get the weekly study sessions that are going to be Monday and Wednesday. Monday, we have our technical sessions. That's PA, PPD, and PDD. And then Wednesdays, our pro practice is PCM, PJM, CE. If you're not so sure which exam you're taking yet, or you just want to join both, you can join both. But there's no obligation to join both sessions. You can join one or the other, but they are open to you. So one question people have asked is, do I have to sign up for pro practice and then later sign up for technical? No, you get access to all 6 exams when you join. So it's not something that you would have to do separately. If you even say, hey, you know what? I want to start with PCM because that's what everyone's telling me I should do, but I have so much experience in site work and in schematic design and whatever. And you're like, I really feel like I could do well on PPD. Okay, cool. So come to the technical exam study session and the pro practice and just vibe it out, see what you think, and then you can decide. So that way it's like not sticking you like tight in a box or whatever. All right. It's been like 3 days of lots of we also have an open study hall. This is just on Thursdays. This is an extra opportunity for study group, but the way I like to, it's not coached. The way I like to think of it is like an open room in a library. So a lot of times we have people in the group who connect with other people who are taking the same exam as them, and they'll be like, hey, let's meet up on Thursday in the study hall and let's go over contracts, so that's open too. All right. Are the technical sessions focused on material topics with a group and a coach? So as I mentioned before, all of the sessions are focused on material topics and on strategy. And yes, they're always with a group and a coach. So this is why we keep the Mind Over ARE to 20 people, because we also have a lot of alumni who end up joining too. So our new cohort, we have to limit around 20 people because we want to make sure that these sessions stay intimate. Because there's 2 different pro practice and technical, even when we have 20 people, the sessions, the study sessions, usually are between like anywhere from 5 people to like 12 maybe. So they're really intimate. They're really great because you get we know our members first name basis. We're supporting them. We're reaching out like, hey, you were asking a bunch of questions for next week's study session, but then I didn't see you there. Everything okay? So we keep it at a smaller group for that reason. And it's also led by coach, licensed architect. Shika is our study session coach. She's a Mind Over ARE alumni. She's also a licensed architect in California and Oregon. Forgot to mention that last night. She's also in Oregon. She is awesome. She's also used to do tutoring. So she is really great at teaching. Like she's really great at being able to see maybe pull things out of you to help you understand it better. Okay. I think I'm almost at the end. Let me just review this one more time. Oh, but one thing I want to, let's talk investment. All right. So, Mind Over ARE, we have 2 different options for joining. We have our regular Mind Over ARE and we have the VIP version. As I mentioned earlier, the VIP actually gives you lifetime access to our coaching calls. I may need to adjust this at some point if our sessions get too big, just to keep that intimacy. But as of now, if you join the VIP version, you get lifetime access. So there's no such thing as like 8 weeks. You can, say you're just starting and you want to pass your exams in 2 years, awesome. You can hang out with us for the next 2 years. You get lifetime access. The VIP version also gives you 1 full year inside the ABC Club. That's $570 for an annual ABC Club membership in itself. You also get the Ultimate Study Plan. You get everything that's inside Mind Over ARE, plus that year inside ABC Club, plus the lifetime study sessions. You also get 2 one-on-one calls with us. These are our lifeline calls. So say you have an exam coming up next week and you're like freaking out, and I know we just spent the last 6 weeks studying together, but I don't think I can do it and I need to reschedule. Call us up, or you schedule your one-on-one with us. We'll break it down. We'll calm you down. We'll set you up with some plans, some strategies so that you can get in there and you can pass. Okay. So you get 2 of those. So that is the VIP version. That's $14.97. For $9.97, you get the 8 weeks of live sessions, and then you get the lifetime Mind Over ARE, you get the Ultimate Study Plan, you get 2 months free inside the ABC Club, and plus that lifetime discount. And we do have an option so that you can get started for just $297. And we do this to, help ease the entry if needed. So this $297, this is a 4-month installment. So don't look at it as like a membership. It's not an ongoing thing. It's literally like if you were to go buy a couch and they're like, hey, you can buy this couch, or if you want, you can break it down into installments and pay until it's paid off. That's essentially our installment plan, which is $297 for 4 months. So you could get started for just $297. We've got the $997, and then of course the best deal is that $14.97. So all of that is on the website. If you go into my profile, you can also go to my stories. I'll have links and you can enroll. Now, with that said, I mentioned before, we have 20 spots available for the new cohort in order to keep that intimate group. The last I checked, that's over half full already. So enrollment's open till tomorrow night so that we can get prepped and ready with the new cohort to start on Tuesday. And we all start together on Tuesday. So even if you sign up today, you'll get welcome email and everything, and how to prep and you can get started inside the ABC Club and whatnot, but then we'll all start together on Tuesday. So, where was I? Oh, okay. So that's already halfway full. So it will be open until tomorrow night unless it fills up earlier. Someone told me there was only 5 spots left. I wasn't sure about that. I think that there's still like 8-ish spots left, but needless to say, it is filling up quickly. If you know that you want to get inside this program, get inside of it. We don't have it open all the time. We only open a couple times a year. And then with that said, we do have a 30-day money back guarantee. I know this isn't super normal in this ARE world, but when I first started Mind Over ARE 3 years ago, I felt this was really important because I'm not here to just have you spend more money to pass these exams. I am here to help you get done so you can be a licensed architect. And I want that way to be whatever the best way is for you. So I might not be for everybody. Our program might not be the right strategy for everybody. I would say we get basically 0 refunds. The only times we've had refunds are from people who have life experiences that they end up having to put their exams on hold. So I don't want you to worry if the investment is right for you. I want you to come try it, see the value in it, and then decide if it's not right for you within those 30 days, which is half the program. You just let us know and we give you your money back. You don't need to ask questions. You don't need to explain yourself. It doesn't have to be like a extenuating circumstance. It's just like, hey, this isn't for me. Cool. No worries. So the idea is that if this isn't the right strategy for you, if this isn't the right method, then you can take that money and you can bring it to whatever method is right for you so that you can pass your exams without feeling like you're draining money. Okay. So that is really important for me, and also a way for you to take action and not sit back and wonder, oh, should I have done that? Because there's really nothing to lose. So that's a really important one. Is the membership for a year? Great question. So I did answer this a little bit, and don't worry, I'll save this live. So if you want to go back, you can dive into it. So Mind Over ARE is an 8-week program in terms of it's lifetime it's not a membership. So it's a lifetime access to our online dashboard and the 8 weeks of study sessions. The only thing that's technically 8 weeks is the live study groups. You'll get access to all those recordings. So if you want to go back anytime, you can. But the 8 weeks is just that live system. But as I was just mentioning, the VIP version, it's lifetime. So there's not even 8 weeks for just the study sessions. So basically, if you join the VIP version, which is $14.97, and you're just starting out your exams, and you figure you want to take 2.5 years to pass your exams, great. You're going to hang out with us for the next 2.5 years as long as we have these study sessions, and we'll help you pass your exams. So it's not a membership, and it's not a year. The thing that is a membership is the ABC Club. And with the VIP, you also do get a free year inside that membership. So the ABC Club annual membership is $570. You get that for free. So basically, when you join the VIP, it already pays for itself by that annual ABC Club membership. Plus you get lifetime study sessions. So I hope that helps. Jimena, it's good to see you again. And thanks for hanging out with me today. Is there any other questions you guys have for me? I tried to look at the little question box before I came on, but I'm pretty sure that that's all I have here. Let me just go through this one more time. Yeah, overwhelm was a big one. Yeah, if you're feeling overwhelmed at all, a lot of times overwhelm comes from not knowing where to start or not knowing where to go. So think of it like this. Like, I get overwhelmed all the time, right? And it usually happens when I finally drop off the kids. I come home. I have work to do. The house is a mess. I should probably get dressed. Still need to brush my teeth. And like I was saying when I very first started this, if anyone is here, that like my mornings are a shit show and they look nothing like the curated vloggers that you see. It's chaos. So I'm probably wanting coffee. I probably should have worked out. And so maybe now I'm thinking I need to work out. So what happens? I come home and I like grab my coffee. I'm just staring at a wall like, okay, I'll do that. No, because then if I do that, then I'm not doing this. Okay, got to do that first. Wait, no, shoot. Oh, there's that call that I'm supposed to be jumping on. And so then I feel overwhelmed because I don't know where to start. Everything seems to be equally important and I'm not knowing what to do next. So when you join a program like Mind Over ARE, we help eliminate that overwhelm by giving you those next steps. And we do that through the online program, the online modules that are going to break it down and help you create that plan. But also by joining the study sessions, by joining the coaching call with me, that's like, hey, what exam are you studying for right now? And you're like, oh, I'm not quite sure yet. Well, then I bet you feel pretty overwhelmed, especially if you're joining these study sessions and you don't know what exam you're studying for. So what can we do about that? All right, let's ask you some questions. Let's figure out what exam you can take. Like last night, Shika did this with one of the people on the call and asked a series of questions. She was like, all right, you should take project management. But now what we can do inside of our sessions is next week, check back in, or even that same week, check back in and be like, hey, so are you going to take project management? And if they're like, I'm still not too sure. Okay, well, what's preventing you from making that decision, right? There's so much that goes into that. And like, again, if you know what exam you're taking, cool. Like now that takes out so much overwhelm because I don't even have to look at like a third of the resources because I'm not even studying for that. Now I know I'm studying for that. Okay, so when's your exam? Oh, I don't know yet. Okay, so let's break it out and let's get that exam date scheduled and on the calendar, that'll take out that overwhelm. Now you know you have that day, so now you can break it out of what you need to study. Do you see how it so sitting there with there's so many decisions to be made, there's so many things to go over, that overwhelm can become so overwhelming that you're in a state of paralysis. So we help kind of pull out the knots to make it so much easier, while also checking in and making sure that that's still happening and that next step is moving forward and happening. So that helps with that overwhelm. Creating clarity helps with the overwhelm, and clarity is the very first step to our entire Mind Over ARE framework. So I hope that this was incredibly helpful. If you're ready to join Mind Over ARE, get inside today before enrollment closes tomorrow. If you literally just Google Mind Over ARE, it'll come up. But if you go to our website, go to mind-over-ARE, get inside before it's full. I'm going to head out. And if you still have questions, please comment them, DM them, email us, anything, send us a little pigeon. We will help you. Let's get your exams passed so you can become a licensed architect. You can make more money. You can fulfill all those goals. You can finally be freaking done with this whole process that you've started, and we can help you get there. Oh, I just saw there was a little question box down here. Oh, already answered it. Cool. All right. Have a beautiful day. I will talk to you all soon. Reach out if you have any questions, and can't wait to watch you guys kick ass and become architects. Bye. And stay safe to all my Southern Californians in this insane fire weather. Please no sparks today. Okay, bye.